Okay, so an interesting development when it comes to Wikipedia. Wikipedia are now sensing who is using AI. They have deployed a full team to look for signs of use of AI. And before I go any further, I use AI every day. I help it, structure my sentences. I basically voice note in my full idea. Sometimes that structures it. Sometimes it makes it way worse, and I get annoyed, and I go back over to my Google Doc and just write things myself. But we do a lot of things at scale. So of course, there's times where you let AI, Claude, ChatGPT, whatever, do a lot of the heavy lifting. I wanted to make this video because when it comes to AI, we can obviously go into Claude and these types of LLMs and try and get it to stop sounding like AI. But for the most basic of users, which is everybody almost, barring 2% of the world, we typically have to still keep fighting with these LLMs to stop sounding and looking like AI. So I think we've got a bit of a fix here. And in this video, I want to go through something called the voice lock that we can learn from Wikipedia. So in this page here, Wikipedia basically sat down and went, okay, we are making a stand against AI. And you can go and check this page out. I'll link it underneath this video and read it for yourself. But to save you reading it, I'm going to summarize it all for you anyway. Okay. I'm also going to give you a doc where you can actually voice lock your own voice, your own writing style, and everything like that into Claude for good. Okay. It's worth noting, by the way, that just going into Claude or your LLM and saying, don't use M dashes, don't sound like this, don't, speak in AI-isms, it doesn't remember that. It basically brings it back to neutral. So I'll explain that in a sec. So if you want this this doc, by the way, and all of the prompts that's with it, and a little interview that Claude's going to do with you, then all you have to do is head to the link in the description. It's Claude with Chris. It's my school group. It's completely free. You go in. It's got a whole bunch of other goodies inside. So let's get stuck in. The voice lock. So how to stop Claude sounding like AI. Wikipedia editors have spent 3 years building the most rigorous AI detection system on the internet. This is the framework that uses it against itself, so your output passes the same tests that they do. Wikipedia has prohibited LLM-generated content as of March 2026. Their editors have catalogued every fingerprint AI leaves behind. Most operators don't even know this list exists, so I'm giving you it fresh. So there's 3 stages. You strip the AI defaults out, capture the signal that's specifically yours, lock it in as a project instructions on Claude, and it will follow it forever. Okay. So 3 parts. The strip phase, pass the Wikipedia test. Now this is for if you've already got existing content going out there, and you've already created a batch worth of emails and copy for ads and whatever else. You want to run that existing copy through this test. Obviously, going forward, you're going to make the changes and change the settings so that you no longer have to worry about that, because you don't only have to do double the work. You don't have to write it all and then put it through again. Okay, so you run your output against the fingerprints Wikipedia editors use to identify AI text. There's 8 categories, hundreds of phrases. If your writing trips any of them, it's flagged. If it trips 3 or more, it's AI. Okay, so banned vocabulary list, promotional puffery test, structural symmetry check, negative parallelism scan. You'll know the negative parallelisms when I show you. Vague attribution audit. And then you come to stage 2, which is signal. And this is capture what only you would say. Now, this is the key here, right? So everybody tries to get AI not to sound like AI and sound like them. But the key thing is you need to spend some time on who you actually are and what you speak like, right? You need to get that across. And there's some people who just don't have much opinions. They don't have much of repeat phrases, or they don't have non-negotiables when it comes to writing. They just don't want it to sound like AI. And I don't want that for you. I want you to step up and have something, because at the end of the day, that's what cuts through the noise, right? So voice isn't tone, voice is content. Your enemies, your refusals, your repeat phrases, the opinions that would get you in trouble at a dinner party. AI defaults to consensus. Your default to your specific take. This is where it lives. So you have enemies list, repeat phrases, and so on. And then you have lock. So you install it, test it, hold it. So you want to compress everything in a single project instruction set. Paste it into Claude, run 3 trigger prompts to confirm the lock holds. Refine until your output is indistinguishable from your own hand. Then you leave it. Okay, this might sound a little bit vague and a bit like, whoa, what's happening here? There's a lot of words being mentioned. Don't worry, there's a step-by-step here. So the voice lock prompt, 3 trigger tests, drift check, refinement loop, and the whole protocol. So there's 8 fingerprints, and you might recognise some of these. Every piece of AI output leaves at least 3 of these behind. This is the catalogue Wikipedia editors have built. Now, so Wikipedia are just refusing AI spam on their site, right? As you know, users can typically create an account, log in, and try to contribute towards Wikipedia, and therefore there's misinformation and stuff. It gets audited, and some stuff sneak through. Now, Wikipedia doesn't want that, obviously, and there is now agentic agents and stuff that are going and writing blogs and writing things online and posting them. So Wikipedia have been like, right, we can't have this. So they spent the last 3 years trying to look for these AI isms and fingerprints, right? So the watermark words, you've got delve, underscore, realm, tapestry, navigate, leverage, robust. And then you've got negative parallelisms. So like, it's not just X, it's Y. You've heard that before. It's not your nutrition, it's your discipline, like that sort of thing. It's not only A, but B, the AI's signature rhythm. This is all they ever do. It's not just X, it's Y. And look, listen, I have no problem with people using AI. I use it, right? And there's people that are, you can tell that's AI. It's like, well, so what's the goal here? Is it to use AI, but for people not to tell? Like, that's a weird double standard, right? And then we have the M dash plague. We all know about that. 3 M dashes in a paragraph, curly quotes instead of straight, bold for emphasis everywhere. Okay, these are the most obvious ones. Stands as a testament, so plays a vital role. Stands as a testament, underscores its importance, speaks volumes. The closer, so in summary, overall, furthermore, moreover, it's used in awkward positions. No one talks like that, right? The smoothness, so statements that could equally apply to any subject, generic, agreeable, frictionless, the deepest tale of all. Then we have the tourist brochure, so rich cultural heritage, stunning natural beauty, like descriptive stuff in a tone like that. And vague attribution, so some critics argue, many experts believe it's widely understood, no source, no specifics. So they're actually looking for attribution, but not actually like attributing them, which obviously then tells you it's just like, can you imagine someone done that to you in real life and spoke to you like that? You would just know they're talking rubbish. Yeah. And in the banned list, if you write any of these, start over. So pull directly from Wiki's Signs of AI Writing Guide. Again, you can find this on the page. Every phrase below is statistically more likely to come from an LLM than a human after 2022. None of them appear in your work again. Now, this bit's especially crucial for workplaces who have teams of people who are interacting with loads of important businesses, and they send a lot of communication out there. You want to probably dive deep into this because you want your team using AI and maximising their efforts and outputs. But you obviously want to make sure it's done with class and done properly. And you can see these coming in here that we mentioned. So strip is half the job. Killing the AI default gets you to neutral. Neutral isn't a voice. The next stage pulls the specific, sharp, opinionated content out of you that had no AI default could ever produce, right? So I want to explain the most important part of the video here. If you just go into Claude and chatgpt in these places and just say, I want to speak in UK English, I don't want to use M dashes, I want to be empathetic, and I don't want you to use it's not X, it's Y. Like, it's not going to remember that in a simple thing. You're going to have to keep prompting it, and especially if you use AI a lot, you're going to get down all these feats and it's going to forget things. The most important thing, so basically when you do that, it brings it to sort of neutral. You need to give it you. So loads of people like, do that again, but don't sound like AI. It's like, who do you want me to sound like then? AI doesn't know. You're basically saying, it's like me saying to you, describe something to me, but not like you. You'd be like, you'd probably pull something out of thin air and you'd maybe sound like a doctor saying it or something. And you're like, I don't want a doctor. You see, you've got to give AI a chance. And this is what this does. This is where the prompt that I'm going to get AI to give you is ask for voice notes, and you're going to answer these 5 questions, okay? Then you're going to lock it in. The output of stages 1 and 2 compress into a single project instruction. 1 paragraph of bands, 1 paragraph of signal, 3 trigger prompts to test the lock holds. Then you're going to paste this into Claude's project custom instructions. Every output from that project is now filtered through your voice, not Claude's defaults. So Wikipedia has caught everyone else out. They won't catch you, okay? So like I say, you've got this workbook here. I know I spoke a lot there, but I wanted to give you enough context. You can pause the video and stuff, and you're going to go through and you can skim over most of it. I'm like just teaching you again in here. And then, yeah, you're going to put these prompts into Claude. You're going to voice note it back. And within sort of 10 minutes, it's going to know exactly what your voice is. And then it's going to start, like, obviously looking for those words. It's a very short document. All you have to do is go below in the description. You will see a link to the group. Go in, and the video and the doc will be inside here. It's a free group. You'll absolutely love it, along with all the other goodies that's inside. Anyway, that is it for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.